So here is the things that we have started software testing. We have just covered the concept of software testing. Today we need to start with what is the development testing. So there are two chapters, that is chapter 8 and 9, both for the module 4. So we just started what is software testing, what is a verification and validation. We differentiated between a verification and validation, and also first we begin with the what are the distinct goals of a software testing. Okay, what are the distinct goals of a software testing? As you know, software testing is a last prior process before you deploy it. That is a validation, analysis, design, implementation, and testing was the last part before deployment. Deployment means, the meaning of deployment is you give the final product to the customer which satisfies the customer requirement. Fine. So we have seen program testing. What is the meaning of program testing with respect to the various situations and scenarios? And what are the basic testing goals we have discussed? That is to demonstrate to the developer and customer that the software meets its requirement. How it is being achieved? It is being achieved, that is at least one test for every requirement has to be done. That is test case if your program works for 4 different situations. Once again I repeat, if your program works for 4 different situations, in the case of quadratic equation I said, so roots are equal, roots are imaginary, roots are real and distinct. These are all the 3 situations you have for the program called quadratic equation. For such cases, you should have 3 test cases. So 3 valid test cases, right, that demonstrate the customer that the program meets its requirement, and one invalid case, that is if the roots are less than 0, so what has to be done. Fine. So roots, when it should not be calculated and when it should be calculated. Okay. Similarly, there are one more goal. This was yesterday's class. I'm just repeating those who have not concentrated to understand them, to discover the situations in which the behavior of the software is incorrect. That is being done by use defect testing. So defect testing, the objective of a defect testing is to identify is there a kind of defect, right? That is routing of undesirable systems. So this maybe system is working, but for a proper data it is giving the improper output, right? So this has been elaborated through validation and defect testing. The first goal, that is to identify the test cases with respect to the individual requirement minimally, is done with respect to validation and testing, and the second is being achieved through the defect testing. So we have testing process goals. So validation testing is to demonstrate the developer and the system that the software meets its requirement. So defect testing, to discover the faults or defects in the software where its behavior is incorrect. Okay. So you could see what is defect testing. A successful test for a defect testing makes the system perform incorrectly. Try to understand once again. If I say the test cases with respect to the defect testing is successful, that means that the system is not performing incorrectly. It is purely to expose the defect of a system. Defect testing is to purely expose the defect of the system, whereas validation testing is purely different. That is, you validate as per the requirement, you generate the test case, you test it. Though the system is working, is there any certain defect in that? So that is a major thing that you have to identify using defect testing. So this is a simple model I explained yesterday's input test data, output test results. Then we discussed what is verification and validation. Okay, it is being explained with V and V model. For example, if I want the explanation of this diagram explains the difference between validation and defect testing. In the sense, you know what is black box? The system is always being treated here as a black box. You have a system in between, right? The system accepts input from some input set. What is that input set? That is set IE, set of inputs, and it generates the output in an output set, that is OE. So it is not mandatory that all the output should be exact correct. Some outputs may be erroneous. So these are all the outputs in set OE, okay, that are generated by the system in response to the input called IE. The priority in defect testing, so we are validating this diagram with respect to validation and defect testing. So the priority in the defect testing is to find those inputs in the set IE because these reveal problem with the system. So validation testing involves testing with correct input. Validation testing involves testing with correct input that are outside the input IE. So this is the systematic representation. So next we have tried to follow what is validation and verification. So verification simple, verification and validation both passes are altogether taken together. It is used with checking the software whether the developed software meets its specification and it whether delivers the functionality as per the expected by the customers. Okay, because customers knows what is being expecting. So verification validation both the process checks the software that is being developed, it meets its requirement and delivers the same functions as been mentioned. Okay, this checking process starts as soon as the requirement becomes available and it is going to continue through all the stages of the development process. You know what all the stages of development process. So the aim of the verification is to check that the software meets its functional and non-functional requirement. Verification totally deals with functional and non-functional requirement. You know what is functional and non-functional requirement, whereas validation is a general process. The aim of the validation to make sure that software meets the customer expectation. So in fact it goes beyond simple checking the conformance, that is you confirm from the customer with the specification to demonstrate that the software does what the customer expects. So I could say validation is also an essential process because requirement specification do not reflect the real wishes. Okay, the requirement specification doesn't always reflects in the case of validation. So overall, ultimate goal of the verification validation process is to establish confidence that the software is very much fit enough to use by the customer. So we discussed about what is V&V confidence. What is the meaning of V&V? It is a static technique in which we don't need to execute this software to verify it. So we have a figure. This figure I demonstrated to explain V&V process in the end. This figure shows the software inspection and testing support the static process V and V at different stages in software process. So basically these arrows, they indicate the stages in the process. Okay. There are three advantages of software inspection over testing. So in fact, if you want to understand the correct meaning of inspection, inspection means it is to focus on the source code of a system, okay, not on the system requirement. Inspection basically focus on the source code of a system, or it may focus on the design of a model. So you could inspect the requirement properly, or you could inspect the design of the model correctly. When you inspect the system, basically you use the knowledge of a system. Okay, you use a knowledge of a system. Maybe you inspect the application domain and the programming modeling language to discover the errors. So there are several advantages of inspection over testing. If they ask you what are the see what is software inspection, it involves examining the source representation, that is the source code, with the aim of discovering anomalies. So inspection doesn't require any execution of a system. Okay, inspection doesn't require any execution of system. Software inspection can be applied any representational system, that is requirement, design, configuration data, test data. So let me continue. So if they ask you what could be the advantages of software inspection over testing, you should be able to tell, right? Testing, during testing, maybe errors can be hidden. That is, some errors can hide some other errors. So when an error leads to unexpected output, so before I start with the error, what is the difference between error, fault, or the failure? This is one of the major part of the software testing. What is an error? What is a fault? And what is a failure? So meaning of error is error leads to a fault. That is, if you have error in a program, sometimes the program may not execute, or sometimes what happens? It might give a wrong functionality. It might not show you the correct output. So error leads to unexpected output. You might not get a expected output. Okay. Whereas inspection is a static process. You don't have to be concerned with the interaction between the errors. So second advantages of the so these are all the advantages of testing over the inspection. So there is one more diagram where we have to see the abstract model of the traditional testing process. What is a traditional testing process? This is this diagram. shows the traditional testing process usually used in planning driven development. So what are test cases? Usually the test cases are specification of inputs to test and what is the expected output from the system. And also it consists of a statement what is being tested, what is the test data. Okay, the test data can be sometimes be generally automatic, but usually the automatic test cases can be generated. It is highly impossible as people may not understand what the system is supposed to do. So however, test execution can be automated. Remember, we could do automated test cases. We can generate test execution as an automation. The expected results are automatically compared here with the predicted results, so there is no need a person to look for errors or anomalies in the system. That is automated test cases. So we have a few of the tools such as WinRunner, LoadRunner. These are the automated testing tools wherein you don't have to supply the test cases. Automatically the test cases will be generated, right? Automatically test cases will be generated and the expected output will come. So these expected output will be validated with the results. So now coming to our topics, what is development testing? Coming to our topics, testing. So what is that? Test driven development, release testing and user testing. So if you focus on this diagram, this is one of the process of a testing process, model of the software testing process, right? How does the testing is being carried out? So usually a commercial software system has to go through the 3 testing phases. Remember, this is very important point. We have to, yes, commercial software system has to go through 3 stages of testing. One is development testing. So next is the release testing and next is the user testing. Okay. So here is the testing phases I'm trying to tell you. So development testing means what? So which is the topic that we are going to start today? Development testing. Here the system is tested during the development. Okay. That is when you're writing a code, the system is tested during the development to discover any bugs or defects we have in the code. Fine. System designers and programmers, system designers and programmers are likely to be involved in the testing process. System designers and the programmers are likely to be involved in the testing process. So next is what is release testing. In the case of release testing, a separate testing team, it will test you the complex version. Okay, it will test the complex version of the system before it is being released to the user. So as the name itself indicates, release testing, you have not yet released the product. Before you release the product, a complex version of the system is being tested with the help of a team. Okay, the major aim of a release testing is to check that the system meets the requirement of a system. Fine. So finally you have user testing. User testing, here a user of a system tests the system in his own environment. Usually for a software product, maybe the user may be internal marketing group, or if the software can be marketed, if at all the software is marketed, the user could be internal marketing group. So in the case of user testing, we discuss acceptance testing. Acceptance testing is one type of a user testing. Acceptance testing is one of the part of user testing. Remember, we'll discuss what is acceptance testing. It is a part of user testing. where the customer formally tests the system to decide if it should be accepted or not from the system supplier. Okay, so we'll discuss these topics independently, that is what is development testing, what is release testing, and what are user testing. That itself is this model that discuss about. So to begin with, we should have a knowledge of the concept of program testing, what are the goals of a testing, and how do you achieve these goals. So first goal is achieved by using verification validation. Second goal is achieved by defect testing. So what is the meaning of defect testing, and what is the difference between defect testing and verification validation? So verification validation, always validation testing is to check the functional and non-functional requirement. Remember the word functional and non-functional requirement in the case of validation testing. In the case of defect testing, it is to expose whether the system is working properly or not. It is not more concerned with the functional and non-functional requirement. Then we have testing process goals, achievement. Then we have the models being explained here. The difference between verification and validation. I said basic verification is is to identify the requirement specification. Okay, we are not more concerned in the case of validation that related to the customer specification in the case of validation. So you could say, are we building the product right? Right, that is the software should conform to its specification. So in the case of validation, are we building the right product? That the software should do what the user really requires. The ultimate requirement has to be satisfied. It is not concerned with the user. I'm not individually tally my requirement over here. Fine. So this I have discussed V and V confidence. What is the meaning of verification and validation static process? So today we see what is the difference between software inspection and testing. So it is a static process. So software testing is a dynamic process. So this diagram to identify what is inspection and comparison of inspection over testing, and what are the advantages of inspection over the testing. So you could see the major advantages. Explain V and V process. You should be able to explain what is the verification and validation process. So for explaining this, you should go through the diagram. Okay. It is one of the important question that is being asked. Explain V and V process. So V and V is a static technique, as I said. So you could see in the diagram. So this diagram, the diagram of inspection. Sorry, this diagram has to be explained using V and V process, all of you. This diagram has to be explained through V and V process. Okay, so we need to start with what is the development testing. So today we have gone through what are the different till here, what are the different stages of testing. Okay, what are the different stages of testing. So all of you can give the attendance on the uh, chat session. So we are going to start development testing in the next coming sessions. So even development testing in brief, release testing in brief, and user testing in brief. So user testing comes with, as I said, acceptance testing. We'll discuss what is acceptance testing. So release testing, usually it is an intermediate process. So wherein product before being released, a complex version of the system is being tested with the help of a team. Say there is separate testing team test a complete version. Complete version is nothing but it is a complex version of system before it is being released to the user. So develop testing, basically it is a part of the coding team where the system is testing during the development. That is, we do focus on the code part to discover the any sort of errors, bugs or the defects. Fine. So I'll just review what is development testing. It consists of unit, component, system testing. Remember, development testing is a code testing. So if you follow, then you find it easy. Development testing focus on code testing. So it consists of various situations: unit, component, system. What is unit, what is component, and what is system testing? So automated testing also we study here. So we have concepts of equivalence, partitioning, very interesting concept. Okay, then we'll study what is system testing also. The topics are two. We have many subtopics within the topics we need to focus. And second is release testing. So release testing is a complex process. System as a whole is being tested by the team. Okay, so we have used few of the test cases, MSc PMS requirement. Okay, so today we'll stop. So tomorrow we'll start with the uh, topic called development testing. What is development testing? And we'll try to see till equivalence partitioning. What is equivalence partitioning and all? Okay. So those who have not given the attendance in the chat session can give.